power setup going on. And you guys aren't even back yet, but this is, I guess, for the replay. My power setup, I lost power to my device, and I had my laptop plugged up and my phone plugged up, and I had my phone plugged into my laptop, and the power device that I bought for my laptop it went out. So I do apologize about that. I'll give you time to get back in. We were wrapping up anyway about Miss Marion and her daughter. I'm not even sure if Restream will add on to the live. I know that I think FM radio does that. Like you can just tack back on to the live that you were on. But I doubt it. Once you end a live, it's usually officially already ended. So I do apologize about that. If you're just rejoining again, I lost power to my device, and I do apologize about that. We were wrapping up and getting ready to be done with it anyway. My professional and personal opinion about Ms. Marion and her daughters is that they should definitely get closer in their relationship to God. That's the only way that they're going to be able to bounce back and heal from this situation. And, no amount of therapy is going to help them. Nothing. It's like, trying to empty out an ocean with a bucket. It's not possible. In order for them to get past all these issues that they have, they are going to have to do something about their spirit, because this is a demonic spirit that has come in between Miss Marion and her daughters. And I hate that for them, because they do have a relationship with God. But just because you have a relationship with God does not mean you're going to always do everything right. It doesn't mean you're going to always get it right. You're going to make the right decisions all the time, that you're going to speak a certain way all the time. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, is what I'm trying to say. So nobody's expecting them to be perfect. But I do expect, as the leader of that, the relationship between Miss Marion and her daughters, of that relationship, Miss Marion should be leading by example and should not be going online to refute, debunk whatever it is that her daughter is saying, because it just makes her look dysfunctional. And I know she doesn't like that word, because we heard her earlier on the live. I played her live from today, or late last night, where she was so disgusted that someone said that she was dysfunctional, that her family was dysfunctional. But that's exactly what it is. And she's not the only dysfunctional family in the world. There's plenty of families, black, white, and other colors, that are dysfunctional. But baby girl, your family is functioning dysfunctionally and abnormally, because it's not normal to get online and cuss each other out and air your dirty laundry out, unless you're doing it for likes, clicks, and views. Are you doing it for that? Because you are getting something out of it. You are monetized. And Miss Marion had 1.7 or 1.8 1,700 viewers on her live last night. And I know Miss Marion and her daughters, she even said it on one of the on that video that I just showed you guys. My daughter, she's just concerned about how many people she got on her live. I personally don't give a fuck. The only time I look at how many people are on the live is I'm looking at that number versus how many likes. You guys, please make sure you hit the like on this live. That's very important. This live and the previous live. Make sure that you hit the like button. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go in and edit the live that I did to include this live and tack it onto it, so that hopefully it flows functionally. We don't have two different lives. So yeah, Miss Marion, I think you are a talented person. I think that you can cook your talent is cooking. Whatever other hidden talents you may have, child, I don't know. They say that you are you was a bad mama jamma back in your day. So, I like you. So this is not even a shady life. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not going to play your whole life so everybody can hear your daughter whole life, just the gist of it. That's all people need to hear is the gist of it, not word for word. I don't have it. It's not necessary. I know that you and your daughters are not getting along. This is very common in Black households with single Black mothers raising their children. They have a lot of stress. They have a lot of pent up anger. They have a lot of resentment. They have to be very statuesque and, through certain issues, public facing issues, et cetera, as they're raising their children up. And this stress spills over emotionally. It becomes a shared experience between mother and daughter. They start to offload some of that stress and some of their frustration and displaced anger in and toward their children, or just how they raise their children. Black women are, historically very strict, and that again, a lot of this is deeply rooted in plantation days, definitely. And it's really sad and unfortunate that, and I'm not just saying Miss Marion and her daughter, I mean just overall, Black women, as it pertains to their daughters, and it's a generational thing. This is generational toxicity and generational trauma that is just passed on from mother to child, the mother to daughter, the next generation, the next, the next, the next, the next. And in order to break, it's a generational curse is what it is. Huh? Can we keep it real? Can we keep it a buck? It's a generational curse. And the only way you can break a curse, only God can break a curse, sweetheart. Can't, no therapist. No, I don't care how smart they are, how many degrees or how many letters they have after their name. Only God can free you from a curse. That's it. This is generational. And unfortunately, their children are seeing them do this. So this becomes normal for their children, just like a woman in an abused relationship with a man. It becomes normal. They think it's normal. They think it's, it's okay for a man to talk to a woman a certain way, or to put his hands on her, to emotionally abuse her. These things are learned behaviors, and they are unfortunately passed down through generations. And the thing about curses is that they can be broken, definitely. And the curse is just basically, people are like, oh, what's a curse? A curse. A curse is basically when you are in a situation that has not changed, when you remain in the same place. That's what a curse is. And it's nothing fancy. You get fancy, Google Chat, GPT, that's what it is. When you are cursed, you literally remain spiritually in the same place. Or physically, you can move from place to place. But your spiritually, you are trapped in the same cycle of something. That is what a curse is. And this is a generational thing for a lot of Black people. It's a lot of generational curses. You're trapped. You're in a cycle. It's the same cycle over and over and over again. Spin cycle in the dryer. And but God can get you out of that cycle. God can break the cycle. But you have to identify it as such. You can't be walking around talking about we not dysfunctional, nothing wrong with this, or maybe she didn't say nothing wrong with this, but dysfunctional. I don't have a dysfunctional family. Ma'am, yes, you do. Ma'am, yes, you do. And if you don't want me and whoever else talking about it and showing your picture and et cetera, then you shouldn't come to the internet and tell us all about it. That's it. That's all. It's very simple. I avoided talking about Miss Marion for years. Once in a while, I might say something about it, but I never really got online and, you know what I'm saying? Like did a whole lot other than when Tracy 30K Mitchell went to her party and shit and took all the whole church choir congregation, everybody in the pews and everything, and took them up in Miss Marion event and ain't paying no money and shit. Trying to get up there and eat or whatever. Eat up Miss Marion food. I thought that was crazy. So I talked about that, but just getting on here and repeating all the stuff that people be saying and no, I've not done that because I've been giving them time to work it out, and they ain't not my focus. I don't be thinking about any of these other people on this here internet, honey, at all. Not even Carmen and Tay. These days I barely even, I still talk about them, but Darius is my focus now, ho. Oh yes, nigga, I know you listening. You ho. You are my focus right now. All right. So that's what that's my focus. I don't jump here there. I'm not a dog. You can't jerk my chain. Oh, that's happened over there. Oh, let me go talk about them. No. Because first of all, I know y'all not here to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all here to hear about people y'all know about. That's who y'all care about. Y'all know and care about Miss Marion and her daughters because they've been connected with Carmen and Tay over the years. So it makes sense for me to talk about them finally, because it's just getting out of hand now. It's getting out of control, and it's it's time for me to weigh in and give my professional and personal opinion about it. So, but anyway, we were wrapping up, like I said, from our last live. Thank you guys for coming back. I do appreciate it so much. I really love you guys. Somebody said, right, I'm suspicious of this. You mean for like the likes and clicks and stuff? Mm-hmm. Somebody said, Crystal Young, what's up? Said, Young said, I'm rejoining. Thank you all so much. Let me say that. I will be remiss if I didn't say that. Thank you so much for rejoining and coming back. I do appreciate that very much so. Please believe that I was, in case you just getting back on and you don't know what happened, I lost power to, I have a new setup, a new device set up and a new plug system, and I need to get my money back because my device was actively plugged up, but I still lost power to it. So, anyway, I do apologize about the inconvenience of you guys having to get on to the next live and a new live. I'm going to try to make it into one live for you guys behind the scenes. So, thank you so much for coming back and for sticking around. I really appreciate you guys so much. Yes, you're right, and they need to keep it offline. They're able to work things out. Crystal Fields said, Cynthia Fields said, hello, Miss Nandy. Amen and amen. Happy Wednesday. Ms. Will Sims is suspicious about all their lives going live and racking up all that money, honey. Because they are. You're rejoining. Thank you for rejoining. They never got the help they needed. That's true. Hi, Marcia Washington. But again, even if they go to a therapist, they go lay on someone's couch, it's only going to fix for so much. You cannot fill a hole, a black hole that God has literally built into you, into your spirit. Literally. You cannot fill it. Nothing else. You can throw everything in the world inside that hole. It'll just still be open, a gaping open hole. It's not going to, you can't fill it up with anything. No money, no man, no woman, no clothes, not food, not sex, nothing. None of life's pleasures. Nothing. No other person. Oh, if I just found my husband, I'll be happy. Or if I just found my wife, I'll be happy. Or if I just got this new job. Or if I can get a new car. Or if I can lose some weight. None of it will ever fill that void. It literally was designed only so that only God's presence, only God can fill it, period. You can only fill it up. And you will feel complete and whole only with the presence of God. That's it. Only with the Spirit. That's it. Nothing else you throw in it. You just wasting your time trying to make yourself happy. In other words, is what I'm saying. You don't know why you can't get happy. You don't know why you don't feel good. You got everything. You got money. You got cars. You got a husband. You got this, that, and the third. You done got your body done. Bitch, you look good. Huh? You're doing good. But guess what? Something's missing. And that's how we're designed, literally, for something to be missing. And God set it up that way so we can go to him when we feel this need to feel full, when we have this urge to feel fulfilled, like something's missing, like you need something. You ever eat something that's like, damn, it's missing something. Yeah. Only thing that's missing, the thing that's designed to go in it, is the only thing that can satiate you. And that's how it is with us in our spirit. You literally designed with a void inside you that when you go to God, only God can fill that void. That's it. You ever pray about something and you ever have something going on in your life and you go to God? You can talk to your friends. You can talk to whomever. You can talk to your pastor, whomever it is. And you still have this nagging thing. You're unsettled. You don't feel whole. You feel like you can't quite get happy. You can't quite get right. That relationship just ain't quite working with your man or your woman or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whomever it is, your kids. Let's use Miss Marion and her children. Your kids. You can't get it quite right. You done talked to them a million times. You done went to church about it, to your pastor. And you done went to your counselor about it, and to your coach about it, and to your therapist about it. You done went online about it and got everybody's opinion about it, and you done heard some good shit. And it makes sense. It's sound theories. But until and unless you bow your head and get on your knees and humble yourself, whoever you are, me included, most especially me, until you bow your head and humble yourself and get on your knees and you surrender whatever it is to whatever God it is that you pray to, you will never be complete, ever. You were literally designed that way. You'll never be fully happy. You'll never be fully fulfilled, ever. And that's what's happening with Miss Marion and her kids right now. The only way they're going to be able to fill that void and close that gap between them, they have to fill it with the presence of God. And how do you do that? You have to sit in God's presence. You can know all the scriptures in the world you want. That's religion. That's religion. Going to church is religion. But that relationship, that's the piece that matters. That's how you fill that void. And they steady running to the internet to get people's opinions that they don't even want. You don't even like what we're saying. You probably don't like what I'm saying. You don't like what anyone is saying, but you here telling us for what? You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear what we got to say. It doesn't even matter because it's still not going to fix your relationship with your daughters. Only God can fix it. Period. And that's true tea. Like we talk and laugh and whatever on this page. This is like for real. This is the gospel. Whatever God, as we always say, whatever God you pray to, whatever God it may be, whatever you call him, whatever. Unless and until you give whatever it is that you're battling, it could be an addiction, whatever it is, an addiction to drugs, to sex, to gambling, to shopping, to hoeing, to whatever it is. Unless and until you go to God and you talk about it and you give it to him, you're going to continue to battle with whatever it is. You're never going to be whole. I promise you that. Let me see what you guys are saying. It has passed down from generation to generation. Yes, I just said that. That's exactly right. This is a generational thing with Miss Marion and her kids. 100%. It's a generational curse. And if you're just joining, I just gave you a very simplified definition of what a curse is. All right. You can go Google it. ChatGPT. It's going to tell you some fancy shit. I don't know what it's going to tell you because I didn't have to Google it. I know what it is. A curse is simply a cycle of remaining in the same space, same place, same spot. That's literally what it means to be cursed. You're not making any progress you literally caught in a cycle. That's it. Whatever, in the same relationship, with your family, with your kids over and over. It's a generational thing. It's a cycle that repeats. You're on the repeat cycle and you can't break it. You can't get out of it. Only God can break a curse. That's it. No fancy talking, no amount of anything else can break a curse. It's a spiritual thing. It's not that you're physically stuck somewhere. You're spiritually stuck somewhere. Your spirit is caught in a cycle. It's like your spirit is caught behind like a trap door. And before you hoes listening to this, not y'all, them like, oh, Nandy must have been talking to Lena about spirits, baby. I've been on this shit. been. I've been know about spirits and relationships and all that stuff. Now, there's some things that Lena say, whatever. Because Lena can get real deep and whatever. But these are things that I subscribe to my whole life. I just don't get on here and beat y'all in the head with it. But and I've told you guys this over the years. As y'all know, we are not human beings trying to get spiritual. Oh, let me go. I'm having a problem. Let me get spiritual. Let me be more spiritual. Let me go get right with my spirit. Let me go do. No, you are not a human being having a spiritual experience on this earth. You are literally a spiritual being having a human experience. I have told y'all this for 4.5 years. This is nothing new. You are a human. You are a spirit experiencing this world as a human. That's what you are, literally. So when you have problems like what's happening with Miss Marion and her daughters, this is not something that you're dealing with on a human level. This your spirit warring with each other, honey. This is true tea. This is not what I think. This is what I know. And only God can be the only referee. God is the only referee who can break that fight up and break the curse. It's like your spirit being trapped behind a closed door. Think about it like that. That's what a curse is. You're trapped. You're on a spin cycle. You're just repeating the same lessons in life over and over your whole life. I'm not talking about short term. I mean, like literally your whole life for generations. Like you did it, your daughter did it, your granddaughter did it. That's a generational curse. What's up, Tanya Twin? Let me see. Facts. You remember? What's up, Sonia Brown? You missed the whole live. Well, the good thing about lives is that you can go back and replay the live. All right. Center Stage said, "Oh yes, exactly, 100%." Preach, Nandy. I don't even be trying to get on here and preach y'all. You know why? Because I'm not a perfect person. I'm not. I am not perfect, but I'm not a demon either. Baby, I'm not a demon either. I don't have a black spirit, as I like to say. You know what I'm saying? Or a black heart. I have a relationship with God, but I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. But I also know that it's incumbent upon me when I see something tragic that's happening on a spiritual level between a mother and her kids. I don't care if they're black, white, these two happen to be black. A mother and her kids playing out online. And Miss Marion acting like, Miss Marion, Miss Marion acting like she don't know why her daughter's saying this. She don't know why they coming to the internet. She don't know why people saying it's dysfunctional. Miss Marion, you acting real oblivious. Baby, you play a part in all this. I don't know why you acting like you don't know why your daughter's doing da-da-da, because you're doing da-da-da-da. You're coming to the internet. You're speaking about personal things between y'all. That's why they're doing it too. I mean, so it's incumbent upon me when I enough is enough. I've seen them do this for over a years, actually. And I finally just decided to say something about it. I don't have to be perfect. Somebody start talking about, oh, Nandy. Yeah, Nandy is the perfect person to talk about breaking a curse, sweetheart. And talk about redemption, honey, because Nandy's not perfect. But I know enough to know that in order for me to acquire certain things in life and to break cycles and break patterns and whatever they may be, that I have to turn to God. I know this. I know this. I don't have to be perfect when I do it either. Some people be waiting. They don't want to go turn to God. They don't want to talk to God because, oh, let me get my relationship right first. Oh, let me go talk to them. I know I'm not living right. I know I'm not doing this right. I know I'm not doing that right. You don't need to be right. You only need to be right when you talk to man. You got to get your speech ready when you go talk to a nigga who you having a problem with. So you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all fighting and tussling all the time. And it's time to have a talk to talk about it. And you practicing your speech in your head. You know, you cleaning up certain things that you've done. So when you go to them, you know, your position is better. You know, your argument is better positioned because you fix this or you fix that first or whatever it may be. That's man. That's how we interact with each other on a physical level. But when you go to God, you don't have to do that. You don't have to clean up first. You ain't got to be perfect. You still could be doing whatever it is the hell that you're doing. He wants you to come to him when you're doing these, when you're broken, when you're in your imperfect, doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing, whatever it may be. You don't need to be perfect in order to tap into your relationship with God. In fact, you should be very flawed. That's what he's there for. To fix your flaws, to break the curse, to break the cycle. And people feel like, oh, I don't know how to pray. Yes, you do. You know how to ask these niggas in the street for something, don't you? That's exactly how you go to God. He's not concerned with all that formality. Oh, Lord, who sits high and looks low. Oh, God. He's not concerned with how eloquently you speak. Just start talking. That's it. That's how you start your relationship, any relationship. That's how relationships are established, through words, through talking. But in Ms. Marion's case and her daughter's case, they are not going to they're not going to be able to break this curse, this cycle, unless and until they surrender it to God. That's it. I'm not trying to be overly religious or anything like that. I'm giving y'all a life hack. Okay, this is true for realty. You cannot fix anything on this planet that has you cursed. You cannot break a curse unless and until you give it to God. That's it. No man can break it. No witch doctor, no therapist, none of that. Let me see. You guys, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it. Also, you guys, we are doing a Cash App challenge. If y'all enjoyed this live, I know we had a couple of hiccups, and I do apologize about that. I am getting reestablished with my setup and all that stuff from 2 years ago. This is a all new setup. Even today, we're not even using StreamYard today. I've just had too many issues with StreamYard over the years. And, I started using the service that I'm using now, which is called Restream. I started with them. I started with Restream 4.5 years ago. The very first time I went live, it was using this service. And I used it for about 4 or 5 months. And then I switched to StreamYard, and I used them for 4 years. And now I'm back to Restream because StreamYard is just too glitchy sometimes. And I'm a techie. And if tech's not working the way that it's supposed to be working, it annoys me very much so. If I can't upload a video without it stopping in the middle, I can't stop the video halfway through because StreamYard is going to freeze the video altogether. I don't like that. And it doesn't jive well with a professional production at all. So, I switch back now, and I may switch to something else again. I don't know, but I did subscribe to purchase a package with Restream today. So we're back to our roots, what we first started with. And again, we might go back to StreamYard. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you guys the best experience. That's all. And sometimes that comes with hiccups and delays. And I appreciate you guys for sticking through it and, coming back for more. I definitely appreciate that very, very much so. All right, you guys. Let me take Miss Catherine Henderson. Hi, Miss Catherine Henderson. Hi, LaWanda Maines. What's up, boo? Tanya Twin. Hi, Leslie Lambright. LaWanda Maines said, facts, Nandy. Yes, indeed. Preach. Exactly. 100. Oh, yes. Please hit that thumbs up. Please do that, you guys. Can you do that? It's your birthday today, Sonia Brown. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope you have a wonderful day. Miss Doris said, yes, well said. Thank you so much. Kim Williams said, happy birthday to you. Somebody said, Ms. Marion has no accountability. And that's true. That's true. Getting online so much you don't know why your family's going through this and why your daughter's getting online. What about your part in it? And I'm keeping it real with you, Miss Marion. If you don't listen to anybody else on this internet, because they just doing it for clicks, views, to be messy. I mean, you can tell by they, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I'm legit. Like, I don't have a problem with you. I've never had a problem with you. And so I don't have a reason to throw you under the bus or, try to be messy with you. I wanted to lend my education and my experience to this conversation. That's it. That's all. You can take it. You can be mad at it. I even put up your cute picture, girl. I ain't even trying to be shady and put up a shady picture of you and shit like that. I could have easily. But I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I hope you take this as constructive criticism. You know, you put it out there and we gonna talk about it. She has no accountability. Sonia Brown, happy birthday. Hi, Miss Pamela Yanner. What's up, boo? Hi, Janice Davenport. Oh, geez, and happy birthday. The mom takes no accountability at all, no doubt. Kay Williamson said Marion is a little messy in her own ways. I mean, Miss Marion shouldn't be carrying on like this online with her daughters, period. Period. Point blank, full stop. It's just like, again, Tay and her mom. All over again. And if you don't want to be compared to Tay and what's Tay's mom, Miss Felice and Auntie Felice, you don't want to be compared to that, then you shouldn't be acting like them because y'all are just like your relationship wise. Somebody said that's true. Janice Davenport said, well said, Coach. Kay Williamson said Boss Lady and Marion have another collaboration coming up. I don't think Boss Lady would want that drama on her business collaboration event. Now, that is true. Let's talk about that. Because Karina is about her business. And Miss Marion looks like she's about her business too, you know, with her catering and all that stuff. Like I said, I just learned that Miss Marion has a seasoning line. I didn't know. That lets you know that I haven't even been watching Miss Marion or people who talk about Miss Marion, because I would have found that out by now, right? I didn't know until a couple of days ago when I was talking to someone and I went over there and peeped. But that's true. Like, I don't see, you know, anyone, not just Karina. This is not desirable business behavior. You know, if you're running your own business and you doing whatever, then that's on you and that's a reflection of your brand and you have to take that on the chin. You can control the narrative. But when you got somebody else who's also able to control the narrative because they're a partner of yours and they are acting a certain way online, they're your business partner now and they're online carrying on, and with the drama, it's a turnoff for people and that can affect your brand. And again, if you built a brand built on mess, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Even though people there for the mess, they're going to support it in multiple different ways. But if you didn't build a brand, why I look like that? I looks very strange. If you didn't build a brand, if your brand wasn't built on mess, and then you start getting in mess, that's going to affect your brand 100%. So, thank you for that comment, KW Sims. That's exactly right. Boss Lady and Marion have another collab coming up. I don't think Boss Lady would want that drama because they can say whatever they want about Karina. When I think about Karina, I think about a professional. Do she strike back sometime and say things in the comments? Yeah, she's fucking a human being. She's an adult and a human being, and you know, but getting online arguing with Matthias, I don't see Karina ever getting online. And the only thing Karina ever says about her kids online are positive things. There's a difference between those two right there. Karina will get online and say, my brilliant, beautiful, wonderful, amazing son. That's how she describes her son, basically. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically brilliant is in there. I don't know the other adjectives, but brilliant, amazing, beautiful, wonderful son. That's how she talks about her son. You never catch Karina talking in a disparaging way towards or about one of her kids ever. And then not just because it's not good for publicity and for show, because that's not the type of relationship that they have with each other. Their spirits are in peace with one another. They don't have a demonic spirit between them that's coming in between them. Because what's happening with Miss Marion and her daughters is spirits are very real, y'all. Like, I don't know how else to tell y'all. Like, if you have any relationship with God, then you should know that it's your spirit that has the relationship with whoever your creator is. It's not your flesh. It's that foot. It's your spirit. So, and there are good spirits and bad spirits. This is not fairy tale. This is fact. This ain't some shit. Oh, she been talking to Lena. No, honey. This is shit that I know since growing up. What's happening with Miss Marion and her daughters is that there is a dark spirit that has gotten into them in between their relationship with each other. And the only way you can root out a dark spirit, because you have dominion over all things. I mean, God said it. You have dominion over serpents, all things, every enemy, including demonic spirits. But you got, I mean, you got to tap into that. You gotta tap into your relationship with God, in order to break these demonic holds and spirits on your life, and whatever they may be. Again, it might be a relationship, it might be an addiction to sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. Anything that's not in alignment with the word of God is demonic, basically. That's I mean, yeah, in a nutshell. If it ain't in alignment, then it is wrong. And then it's out of alignment. And it's demonic, whatever it is. I don't care, me included, whoever it is. Like, but somebody said, I don't think Karina would ever bring personal business on the internet. She has too much class. Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, she has too much class. That's it. That's the word, class. Karina has class. She has dignity. Is she perfect? No, no one's perfect. So before people are like, oh, Karina be online talking shit. Yep. And do. And do. And do. I mean, look how many years the motherfuckers were attacking her. Now the case is over. She can finally say some things. And do. She's human. Again, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying you get. Listen. Karina is too classy from what we've seen and what I know about her. She's too classy. I mean, no, she'll never get on here. And you barely even know Karina has a partner, Cherie. I'm sure Karina and Cherie go through shit from time to time too, because they're human. Do she get online and talk about Cherie? No. You barely even know Karina's in a relationship because she never talks about it. She don't even put the lady on camera. Her kids. You can see the genuine affection and connection between Karina and her kids when you do see them on camera. You know, Karina enjoyed spending time with her kids. They were just on a cruise, an Alaskan cruise, having a wonderful time. No bickering and arguing, none of that, because their spirits, their relationship, and the spirit between their relationship is clean. There are no demonic forces governing their relationship. But in Miss Marion's case with her daughters, I'm sorry to tell you, Miss Marion, I'm not sorry to tell you, because there's some shit you need to hear. You're dealing with some dark demonic forces, and you're cursed. You're just passing these lessons down from generation to generation, and it's a cycle, which just means the curse just means cycle that you're repeating. You don't want us talking about it, then you shouldn't come to the internet about it. It's just that simple. I don't plan on doing a live every time Miss Marion goes live, or every time her daughter goes live. Oh, now Carolyn live. Oh, now they say this. That's not how we run our show. I waited long enough to see if they will resolve it, and it would die down. It's just getting worse. And I hear the trumpets, the horns playing, honey. It's just getting worse, child. And the horns are getting louder and louder. But I said, let me jump in and weigh in and give my perspective and opinion about it. And they can take it, they can leave it, they can do whatever they want with it. But the fact still remains true that this should not be something that you are bringing to the internet for us to consume and then get pissed and mad, go off, call me a bitch and a hoe, because that might be coming. I don't give a fuck if it does. Because I'm not scared and I don't give a fuck. I'm just you some shit that I'm telling you, like, for real. Like, I'm not even being shady with it. Like, this is, you should try to use it, because it's not a good look for a family to be online, interacting the way that you are, and carrying on the way that you are, and expecting people to respect you after it. No, you're not acting in a respectable manner. So why should people treat you respectfully or give a respectful opinion about your situation? You nobody owes that to you. So anyway, you guys, let me hop off of here and do some real work today, child. Thank you guys so much. If you're on this page and you belong to another page and you don't like this page, you may stay. No problem. But don't come the fuck over here telling me about what somebody else do, how they doing it, when they did it, if they did it, that they did it. They're not me. Whoever the fuck it is. I don't care who it is. They're not me. And I'm not them. And when shit happens on this here internet, and it's worthy to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. I don't give a fuck who's already talked about it. Who the fuck are they? Nobody. Nobody for me to be concerned about. I don't even know if that person, whoever it is, my own mother, I wouldn't even know if she went. I don't check for anybody else to see, oh, let me go see what they said to see what I'm going to say. I don't do that. I'm sure you're on my live right now listening. I won't be on yours, whoever the fuck you are, because I don't care. I'm doing my own thing over here. I don't rip off pages and do shit that they do or say that they say or use shit that they use. I don't care. I do my own shit over here. That's it. That's all. And if you don't like it as one of the followers of any page or platform, it's very simple. This is what you can do. Don't come over here. Unfollow me and don't all my pages. And don't come over here. Or send me a message and let me know what your name is so I can block you. I guarantee you won't do that. You will never come on with your real name on Facebook so I can go and block you so you don't consume the content, because I want to help you. I want to make sure that that you're not watching me because you don't want to. You clearly don't like what I have to say and how I give it up. So why are you even the fuck over here? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, bitch, get a grip, get a life. All right, you guys. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Nandy After Dark. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button on this live and the previous live. I would very much appreciate it. Very much so. If you missed the first half or the majority, 90% of this live is on another live. Of this topic is on another live. I lost power and I had to reboot and I had to get some more juice powered up, use a different power cable. It's just ridiculous. So I'm sorry about that. I promise I'll try to do better next time. If you have not accepted the Cash App challenge, it is Coach Nandy, CoachNandi. I will really appreciate the support and the love. And if you've already accepted it, we're just doing $5 today. So if you can send $5, that would be appreciated. If you're listening to this on a replay, it's not too late. Go ahead and accept the challenge as well on the replay. I would definitely appreciate that. All right. You guys have a lovely rest of the day. I will probably be on our Facebook page later today under Shug Williams, SHUG Williams. So make sure you're following that page so we can talk about some Darius stuff, because that is something that I'm also focused on right now. I'm laser focused on that. I was able to obtain the receipts of some of the stuff that Darius has done, one of which was the receipt where he said, fuck those kids, to Roland Martin on his Twitter account after being asked to take the pictures down. So the receipt for that, I think it is on our Shug Williams page. If it's not, I will make it available. It might be just available to a certain number of people, but I'll make it publicly available. And we'll be talking more about that and some of the things that Darius said about the children at Phyllis Wheatley School, which were very disheartening. And, he's a drama queen and, crying and acting like he was so what are the black kids and the brown girls? Nigga, bye. Those same black boys and black girls that you play fake crying about, bitch, are they grow up to be adults and own restaurants that you go and rip down and trash. So what are you even talking about? You don't get anything about the culture at all. And kids. I mean, you clearly said fuck those kids. Like, I have the receipts on that. And, so we're going to talk about that, but we'll talk about it on our Facebook page. Let me make sure my devices are powered up properly. But we'll be going live on our Facebook page to talk about that. A lot of educators have been weighing in on what they feel about Darius going public about the students at this school and their inability to read and write and reason. In a way, it's outing those children. I mean, we know the school, we know the classes he teach, so it's easy to identify those students. And the students were to come across his live and hear how he felt about them and that he made these things public about them. That would be very, very humiliating for them, could be humiliating and very damning. And but Darius is a stunt queen. He likes to put on for his social media accounts because that's how he makes his money, through clicks, likes, and creating drama. And he will manufacture drama in a heartbeat. So we'll get on Facebook, a little bit later. Let me get some lunch, eat some lunch, and then do a little bit of work, send a couple of emails out, follow up on a couple of things, and I will be live on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page, which is Shug Williams. If you're not following us on YouTube, after you hit that like button when this is over, please make sure that you go and you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Also, if you could become a member, that would be great. I think I lowered the membership fees like a couple of months ago or so. So if you could become a member on on YouTube and Facebook, that would be great. I think the Facebook membership now is like $2. I think I picked that plan, $2.99 or something like that. So it's a very nominal fee, very low. I would appreciate it. I appreciate everything you do and all the support that you guys have given over the years, very much so. A news article outlet talked about his video. I know you must have missed my live. Go back and look at my previous live. I played it on the previous live. Channel 5 News, Roland Martin. I played both of those on our previous live. Hype the video at the end. Yes, thank you for that. Please make sure you also hype the video at the end. Miss Tabitha, she always hypes the videos. A lot of y'all do, but I always see hers. For some reason, hers stick out. Happy birthday again to Sonia Brown. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you have many, many more to come. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dandy After Dark. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye.